We're back on Reddit to view an unpopular opinion that says people should not be allowed to film at a public gym. I would probably lean more towards the disagreement apartment when it comes to this. I do think you should be allowed to film at the gym, but I think people also need to have realistic standards when filming that people are going to walk in front of the camera and that's okay. And if people ask you to that they don't want to be filmed, you can say okay. You can let them know that you can blur them or whatever, and if they still don't want to be filmed, you could always just move the camera as well. I think it's a good thing to be respectful, of course. You're not trying to just film people to film people. You definitely shouldn't be trying to set up your camera in the walkway or anything like that. You should be trying to figure out ways where it can be. You could still film yourself, but it's not just blocking everybody's access to weights. Just me thinking about it, I've filmed a couple sessions at the gym for myself just to show people what I do for the gym. And I was trying to do my best to find ways where it wasn't really in the way, but I could still get pretty much the entire movement on camera. And so I think that's what people should be trying to do. I see a lot of people in there having the camera and they're putting it in front of the dumbbell rack and things like that. And it's like, well, people are trying to use that. Why are you putting it in front? I mean, we even have the mirror there. You can put it behind you, get the mirror so you can get behind yourself if you're doing pressing and from the front in the mirror. It's it's just a nitpick thing that I see myself or viewing other people doing in the gym because I understand everybody wanting to film now so they can be the next Sam Sulek or whatever. But I think you just need to be respectful with what you're doing because while I don't think it's necessarily something you can outright ban, gyms could probably ban it if they wanted to. I don't think it's something that should be banned though because it is a public space and you should expect that sometimes you might be on camera because even if it's not somebody personally filming you, whenever you go outside and you run through a light or anything like that, there's a camera that's always watching. They're always watching, okay? Just gonna put it that way. So we're gonna see why he has this opinion, and then we'll read a couple comments. So just at the gym today, and two to three women were trying to film themselves, and I couldn't walk from one machine to the next without getting caught on someone's stream or filmed without my consent. Film at home. Edit. I understand it's important to film for form, but you are in a public space. Your personal needs do not get to override the community. I pay for a space where I can be safe and not in the background of your video. I'm curious if this will stop anyone from filming. So many people have explained how they don't like it, and I could never continue to do something that the majority dislikes, especially women saying you make them uncomfortable. See, I don't really understand this perspective because, if anything, the more people I see on the internet that have problems with people in the background are the women filming, trying to catch clout by calling out people who are just calling out people for staring when they're not really staring, just glancing over. I mean, sure, they'll catch one or two who are staring, of course. It also has to do with the outfit. I mean, if you're wearing skin tight clothes and they have the booty shorts that are up and you can see the cheek, it's like, well, of course people are gonna look. I mean, half your ass is hanging out. Like, what do you want? it's like it's like you obviously do want the attention because you're wearing something that revealing. Like, come on. You don't have to wear something that revealing. That's why I just, oh man, it's so aggravating when I see those posts. That's why I really respect people like Joey Swole because he calls people out on their BS. It's like, well, maybe you shouldn't be trying to dress like borderline prostitution in the gym if you don't want people to look at you. I mean, you see all these TikToks and shorts of people wearing these outfits that are just insane. I mean, it's not even just girls. I see guys in there. There's a couple guys that I'm thinking of at the gym who wear questionable clothing as well. It's not really not really covering anything, but that's another story. And it's like, well, of course people are going to look at you when you have 75% of your body exposed. What do we expect? Let's temper our expectations here. You're obviously doing it for attention, or else you wouldn't dress like that. But yeah, I don't really agree that it is a public space and you should be respectful in that public space. But it's also that you can't really outright ban it because it is public space and people, as far as I'm aware, are allowed to film. I'm sure there's some gyms that ban it, but I mean, for the most part, if you're going out, you should expect some kind of filming to be going on if you're not aware of it or anything like that, because like I said, even if you're it's usually when you're least expecting it that you're being filmed, like at the mall, or if people even still go to those nowadays, or anything like that. It's it's really something that it's been becoming more and more prevalent because everybody wants to be a YouTuber and things like that. So you just kind of have to expect that more and more people are going to do it. And even if they try and outlaw it, people are still going to do it. I mean, you can't really escape it. So that's why I say if you are somebody who is uncomfortable with being on camera, you could just go up and ask them to blur it out, or maybe move the camera so you're not in view or something like that. And the person who's filming should, I would think, be able to respect that because you're just trying to be respectful. Why can't we just have a respectful conversation about it? Is what I'm trying to say. It's very easy to blur. You can blur the entire background in videos if you want and just have you in the frame. So it's possible. Let's not lean too extremely in either way. We shouldn't outright ban it, and we shouldn't just only care about ourselves. And if people are asking us not to film them, we shouldn't say no. I'm going to film no matter what. Let's find some middle ground here. I think we'll be able to kind of bridge that gap, if you will. I'll see what a couple of the comments had to say here. It says, I think it'll be something that'll happen at some point as folks filming making fun of folks also is pretty BS and prevalent enough. Yeah, see, that's what I'm kind of alluding to. It's not even just chicks either. It's guys and girls who are trying to film, and then they freak out when somebody walks in front of the camera. And it's like, well, sure, are there a couple people who are doing it just to walk in front of the camera? Yeah, but sometimes, especially when you are in the walkway and things like that, of what do you expect? People are trying to walk through to get to other machines or whatever. They're not paying attention to you filming. I just don't get it. I mean, even if they walk through and one rep is done when somebody's in frame of you, it's just keep doing your set. Like, come on. I had to do this. It doesn't bother me at all. People people are there to work out, okay? And let's just, if they walk in front of the camera, just keep working out. That's why can't you shouldn't even be fixated on it to begin with. Like 1, 2 reps in a set. If you're doing multiple sets, who cares? It's not like you stopped when they walked through the frame. I don't know. It's me nitpicking again. It's just people freaking out for no reason. People just want to start drama. So this has happened a lot to me. I appeared unwittingly in the background of someone's selfie, and a lot of online strangers made a lot of nasty fun of how my appearance contrasted to hers. I know that will probably be an unrelatable experience to a lot of girls and women here, but I wouldn't wish it on anyone. I mean, yeah, this is where you definitely should reach out and say, hey, would you mind blurring the background and things like that if you are, because unfortunately it's just the internet too. It's like no matter what you try to do, as soon as you're on the internet, somebody's either gonna praise or hate on you, and it is what it is. It's the internet. You can't escape it. So this is where it would be nice to like reach out and say, hey, I'm in that picture. Would you mind blurring it? And they should be more than willing to blur it. And if they don't, you should ask them to take it down. That's what I want. I just want some communication in this. If it as you would with normal human beings. If something doesn't sit quite right with you, reach out and say, hey, let's talk about this and come to a mutual understanding here and try and view it from both perspectives and see if we can get to a meaningful resolution that isn't too extreme or anything like that. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments, if you think this is getting out of hand in terms of the filming in the gym and public spaces and things like that, as it just becomes more and more popular. I understand both sides. I don't think it should be outlawed, but I also think that people should be respectful when they are filming. And if people don't want to be in film, you should respect that decision. So if you guys liked the video, make sure to leave a like, and I will hope to see you guys around. Peace.